Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
He fucking did it.
He laughed last, for sure.
He fucking did it, dude. Kawhi Leonard is a world champion once again, and there's nothing we can say.
2-time Finals MVP.
Nothing you can say. That guy is top 5 in the NBA.
He benefited from injuries, obviously, but the Warriors have too over the years. I mean,
Yes.
it was Chris Paul.
Correct.
And then, who was it before that? It was
Chris Paul,
Tony
and then
Parker.
Kyrie was out for the Cavs when they played in the
Tony Parker
finals.
was out at one point when they played them, And
I made a post right after the game was over that it reminded me of the day after Harambe got shot at the Cincinnati Zoo. Because you didn't have your best out there. Like if you went to the zoo the day after and you didn't see Harambe, you didn't have your best out there, and that's who you came to see.
It's disappointing, but it is what it is. You got to play who's in front of you, man.
There were some people who were pissed at me on the Drinkin' Bros Sports Facebook page. By the way, if you're not a member of it, join it. It's private. We go through bets and all this other shit. But what I didn't tag on the end of that hilarious statement that I made was, yes, everybody benefits from injuries. And the Toronto Raptors probably benefited the most out of any team in the history of the finals. Look, we talked about Durant going down, and that was tragic.
Yep.
When Klay Thompson went down, I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah, you and I said the same thing. It didn't really matter if they had won Game 6 because there's no way they win Game 7 without Klay.
Without Klay Thompson, yeah. And look,
no
they were ahead the whole game, and Klay was having his best game ever.
Yeah, he had 30.
In what, 3 quarters? I mean,
like
he
2.5 quarters. Yeah,
just absolutely crushing it. I think the Warriors would have won that game, and then Game 7 would have been really interesting. But now it's a moot point because if you're Kawhi Leonard and even Kyle Lowry, man, who look, I've shit on him, you've shit on him, the entire media shit on him. He had a monster.
Yeah, he did it when it mattered. Finally,
yeah, he had a monster Game 6. So. It won them the championship. That's how close that game was. Even though Durant was out and Klay was out, they still only won by 4 fucking points. 4 points. If Lowry doesn't have the game he has, Kawhi doesn't have the game he has, I don't know anybody else on their team, and I really don't care. You can throw Fred Van Vliet. Whatever.
It's a difficult name to say.
Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Serge Ibaka.
Not gonna work here anymore. Don't care. Don't care about him. Serge Ibaka is there, yes. The Gasol guy, who the lesser known brother who's in his 30th year.
Yeah, is it surprising to you that that's the first brother tandem to win NBA titles before?
I don't know any other brothers, so
I guess the Morrises, Markeith and whatever the fuck his brother's name is.
I look. It's amazing that brothers are even playing. I know the Lopez twins.
Yeah, Lopez.
They were so highly touted.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't remember too many other brothers. The Wilkins, Dominique had a brother who played for a little bit.
What was his name? Jeff, right?
Yeah.
I think Jeff.
Who knows? A black guy
I'm
named
serious.
Jeff.
I think his name was Jeff Wilkins.
That's hilarious.
I think so. I could be wrong.
Never cared. Never followed him. Dominique was king.
Yeah.
Mark and Pau Gasol have had great careers. So
they're both super good players.
Yeah. And I mean, look, good on him and good for him. It's just with Mark in particular winning this year on his 30th year. He had a big game that helped him win. What did he score? 20?
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah.
In
game 2 or game 3.
He's not like Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Who's got 3 NBA fucking rings now and hasn't really played a whole lot of finals games.
Maybe it's his off the court chemistry that really does it.
I think so. I don't know. I think he's a really good player though. Jeremy Lin.
He is good. It's
like I think he should be on a team where he's the backup point guard and he's probably getting like 18 to 25 minutes a game, something like that.
And maybe he will. Look, that guy has bounced around from every team in the league, it seems like. So maybe he will get a shot. But to me, if he was going to get a shot, it was probably up in Toronto. And then Van Vliet came out of nowhere.
He came out of nowhere, yeah.
So that was probably his angle going in, and then it got decimated. The other thing that's we'll backtrack on was I said for a very, very long time, we did almost an entire episode on the end of the Lakers. Is this the end of the Lakers? I said it would take a series of miracles for that team to be great again.
Mm-hmm.
because I thought LeBron fucked up the entire organization. All of those miracles happened in 1 week, and I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If Durant doesn't go down, if Klay Thompson doesn't go down, I don't know that AD trade is possible for Anthony Davis, which they just got, because I think you're probably waiting to see where those two guys shake out. Lakers were probably going to chase both, so they probably don't make that deal. And if they would have, it would have happened at the end of July to save some cap space money.
Yeah.
Instead, they executed it right away.
Yep.
The other miracle,
the same thing with Boston too. Boston would have had to have waited until the end of July to make a real serious offer for some of these guys.
Yeah,
for the same reason.
Because of Kyrie too.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's going to do.
I know what he's going to do now.
You think he's out of there?
There's no way he's going to. Why would he stay in Boston after they failed to do all the shit that he wanted them to do? Like he wanted AD, and they fucking failed.
Well, so here's the thing, because here's another part of this miracle that needed to happen was Anthony Davis fired his agent, and he hired LeBron's agent. So
it became super obvious what was going to happen.
Well,
right then.
Here's where it became super obvious to me, and once again, I want to say that our sponsor is. I said this on the last show. I'm going to say it one more time. We are signed up with mybookie.com/Drinkin Bros for another entire year. You and I gamble a lot.
We do, yeah.
Because of the show. Nothing out of control, obviously, but because of the show and because we like to talk about it. We watch games together. We go to all of these events together. Like, it's nice to have something on it.
Yeah, it makes small stuff a lot more interesting.
Correct.
Like, you don't have to throw down $100 in every game. Throw down $5 or $10 on the games.
Just to do it.
Yeah, just to
do it. And that's what we do some of the times. A lot of times we go hard because we believe in it. This Warriors game was one of them where I went hard on that game. I thought for sure, with the one before with Durant, where Durant got hurt, and I thought for sure, they go in and take care of business. And they did, but they won by a point, and it, ultimately didn't cover. And then this last one, I thought, all right, cool. I think they got a lot of momentum going back. The team knows what they have to do, and they know Durant's out, and got burned on that. Klay Thompson got hurt. Because the reason why I'm bringing up mybookie.com for this is the day after the finals ended, that morning, I checked the sites because I always like to throw in prop bets for the following year because I always have ridiculous prop bets of like, all right, who's going to win the NBA finals next year?
Yeah.
Here's what I find really interesting about what transpired less than 12 hours after that game ended. On mybookie.com, they had the Lakers as the favorites.
7-2, yeah, odds. 7-2
the next
odds.
morning.
Yeah.
And I called you and I said, "Hey man, are you looking at this? Do they know something we don't know? Because right now they've got LeBron, old ass LeBron, and this shitty team around them. Why are they favored? Durant's out. Klay Thompson is out. You're not trading for these guys. And even if you did, they're not playing this year anyways. So who gives a shit? Who else is out there?" And you and I were immediately like, well, it's going to be AD.
It's got to be, yeah.
But if you're the Pelicans, you already rejected the Lakers 90 times and then killed that deal and killed two franchises mid-season.
And allegedly they turned down Boston, too, because Boston originally didn't want to include Tatum in the deal.
Gotcha.
And now what we're hearing from executives is that Boston was planning on making Tatum part of a package, but they couldn't do it as soon as the Lakers could because of cap and all this other bullshit.
Correct, yeah.
So they just got they were something that they were intending to do the whole time, right?
Right.
Didn't happen because they fucked up. And they lost out on probably the best player now that KD and Klay are done. He's probably the best player that would be available.
Up-and-coming player there is, 100%. Yeah, and
And if you're Kyrie Irving right now, you got to be like, fuck this.
Oh yeah,
he has to opt into the contract. So right now he is a free agent.
Yeah,
he has to opt in. So to go into free agency, he doesn't have to do anything. All he's got to do is not opt in, and that's exactly what the fuck he's gonna do.
Yeah, but that same day that my bookie dropped these odds, maybe about 3 hours later, Rich Paul, who is LeBron's agent and AD's agent, came out and said he's not going to re-sign with the Celtics. So if you're going to trade for him, know that it's a 1-year deal, like the Kawhi Leonard sitch. Yep. But he's not going to stay. So to me, if I'm the Celtics, and that got out, and I'm obviously sure they heard it, and it was communicated to them by Rich Paul. What do you do then? I don't make that fucking deal.
No, same.
Unless you're getting a championship for 1 year, which, look, we're in that situation right now with Kawhi Leonard. I can't remember anything like this where a guy was traded in the last year of his contract to come in and win a championship. He actually wins a championship with a way inferior team than he had in San Antonio all those years. And now, they're more than likely going to lose their GM, that Arias guy. They're going to back up the truck for him or Urias in Washington. Mm-hmm. The rumor is they're going to offer him $10 million a year for what is it,
to be a
7
GM?
Years? GM and equity in the team.
For the Wizards?
For the Wizards. And then you have Kawhi Leonard, who, look, was brought in to win a championship. Hopefully you ask him to stay, but if he leaves, he gets to walk out of there completely scot-free because he came in and did exactly what you wanted him to do. He won a championship. So if he wants to go home to LA via the Lakers or the Clippers, he now has a free pass, and nobody's going to say shit in Toronto except for thank you.
Well, they may apologize because it's Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's in the best possible situation you can be as a player, honestly.
Yeah. Because literally, if he walks away and says, all right, hey, I want to go play with the Lakers or the Clippers. Thanks, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for winning us a championship. We've never won a title here in Toronto. You did exactly what you came to do. That kind of took the sting out of LeBron leaving Cleveland again, where he went back, won a championship for a city that hadn't won. And then people were like, all right, hey, thanks, LeBron. It's been great. Go to your production company and live out the last few years of your life in LA, not winning titles. But now the tables have turned.
Yeah. Now LA has they're going to have AD. They're going to have LeBron. They're going to have Kuzma.
Yeah.
And now they have cap space for another max player, which means they can go get Kyrie Irving or Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Or a number of other guys. They could get they could get Kawhi
Technically,
Leonard.
they could get Kawhi. If I'm him,
no way.
I don't go there.
I don't think he would like that. They could go get Kemba Walker.
They could. Once I looked at those Charlotte numbers, though, if you're Kemba Walker, you're basically walking away from $70 million at that point to go and join another team because he's eligible for a super max.
It's an extra year at like $40 million, so really you're walking away from $30 million over 4 years.
Right.
But you're walking away from way more than that because LA is a market unlike any other.
Sure.
Like LA and New York are LA and New York for a reason, and Charlotte is just not that.
It's not.
And it never, ever will be.
No, but there is certain players like, Dame Lillard and those guys who believe in staying with the same team.
Yeah.
Everything out of Kemba Walker so far has pointed in the direction of, I love Charlotte. I love this team. I love the city. I love the organization. I want to stay. So it's not going to surprise me if he does stay. If he does stay, though, they're not winning a title.
No,
ever.
Never.
Unless they get crazy lucky with some draft pick or something in the future, but they're not winning a title.
Yeah.
I actually see Kawhi Leonard leaving, and I think he's going to play for the Clippers.
I mean, that's what I said before the season started. I thought he would end up on the Clippers next year, but, man, I don't know.
Well, seeing the landscape now, because, again, before this Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant injury, I don't know that I necessarily would have said that. Now that they're out for the year, I think anybody has a realistic shot in the West and the East, including the Bucks and maybe the Celtics if they're able to get their shit together. I actually like the Celtics better without Kyrie Irving. I thought they looked more like a team rather than a superstar trying to figure out how to play with him around that team. When him and Hayward were down last year, that was when Boston looked its best to me, and they were one game away from the finals. So if he leaves, I don't think it's that big of a kill shot for Boston, and I think they can keep going.
They're going to be an East contender, but not a finals contender.
No, but I think if you add Kawhi to that Clippers team, I think they could win it all. After seeing what I saw this year out of Kawhi Leonard and what he's able to do with the team, especially the way he plays defense and the way Patrick Beverly and those guys play defense for the Clippers. That's a team.
Well, Beverly is an unrestricted free agent too.
Yeah, well, they gotta sign him.
You'd think so,
yeah,
right? But I mean, what's he going to charge?
I don't know, but whatever he's going to charge, Ballmer's got it. I can promise you that Steve Ballmer's got it.
I don't know.
The Kyrie Irving thing. He's been linked to Brooklyn this whole offseason.
Yeah. Like, I understand wanting to go to Brooklyn. Like, him and fucking...
Why? Why does he want to go to Brooklyn? Let me ask you that.
Because it's fucking New York City, bro.
But you can go to New York City. Brooklyn, you're still going over the bridge. Why not play for the Knicks?
Because the Knicks suck.
But he can turn them around if he goes there.
D'Angelo Russell and Kyrie Irving on the court at the same time sounds way more intriguing to me than Kyrie Irving playing for the Knicks.
But how do they play together?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's the same position, right?
It is technically, but D'Angelo Russell's taller. He's 6'6", so he can play the 2 guard pretty easily.
He could. That's to me. If I'm the Nets, I don't do it for Kyrie.
I don't know what the benefit would be. I don't think they have enough other pieces to make a deep run. So spending money on him would probably be a waste, to be honest.
That's what I think. And I think the team is young enough that they can develop and keep going.
Yeah.
I also think, I think the Pelicans made out with a king's ransom in that deal.
Yeah, they got,
3 first-round picks, including number 4 in this year's draft.
Yeah, so number 4 in this year's draft and the 2021 draft, they have the pick. As long as it's a top 8 pick, they get it. Otherwise, it turns into an unrestricted or a protected pick later.
Right.
And then they have the next season, they have swapping rights, which means if fucking LA gets the number 1 pick, which is not going to happen because they're going to be good. But if they happen to get the number 1 pick, then they could fucking steal that number 1 pick from them.
Gotcha.
It's complicated. They got Lonzo Ball, they got Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart.
Yep.
Josh Hart is good, but not great. But anyways, they have a fuckload of talent under 25 over there now.
So now that they have Zion, the only curious thing for me is because I watch a lot of Lakers basketball, obviously living in LA. They have Julius Randle on that team, right?
Yeah.
So you're adding the other 3 guys that were there that already
played together a lot.
Yeah. It's just the Lakers in the South is all it is, and that Lakers team. Now they're going to have Zion, obviously, and then we'll see what else they do. They got Drew Holiday, but that Lakers team wasn't good enough to go and make the playoffs.
No.
So unless they improve, Lonzo Ball improves, and Ingram's got this blood contusion thing. Like to me, if I'm the Lakers, I make that deal, and I think it's good. If you're the Pelicans, I think it's worth the 3 picks, and then I think Lonzo Ball is actually going to be pretty good. He was hurt.
Well, they were going to lose AD no matter what season, and they got a fucking haul for it.
They got a great haul for it. This is one of those rare trades in the NBA where both sides won.
Yeah.
And
I wonder if
good luck.
I wonder if they're even going to hang on to the number 4 pick this year, if they're going to try to trade it to somebody for something. Because honestly, they got the 4th pick in a 3-person draft. You know what I mean? Like there's, I don't know. Maybe
you got Zion at 1.
Maybe Cam Reddish is good, but
yeah,
in the NBA, but I wouldn't say he's guaranteed. I think that Barrett, Zion, and what's his name, Morant? I don't know how you say his name. Just call him
Lamont.
Ja. Yeah. Is it Lamont?
I believe so.
Okay, good. That guy is a fucking
Ja
baller.
rules.
He's very, very good.
Yes.
He's definitely going to be an NBA superstar.
Yep.
And Zion probably will too. He'll probably be a really good 2-way player once he learns how to play defense with the pure athleticism that he has. And I think Barrett will be a pretty outstanding player. He'll probably be an all-star too. I don't know about Cam Reddish. I don't know if they want to take they could take a risk on it and draft Cam Reddish.
Take a flyer and put him with Zion again, see what happens. I mean, those two, obviously have chemistry from playing at Duke.
He's a shooting guard and he's 6'7" too, I think. Is that right? Cam Reddish, or am I thinking about Barrett?
Look it up real quick. But
he's 6'8" and he plays. God, his wingspan is 7'1". Holy shit.
Yeah. I mean, he's not bad. Look, we watched a lot of Duke basketball too out here in North Carolina. That shit's always on. So
he's a small forward. So he's like 6'8". He's 19 years old. He's 208 pounds. He'll probably get up to about 220.
Yeah.
So he's got a 7'1" wingspan. That is a very good defender body, right? With that wingspan. So maybe he turns into something special. But do they need that guy? Or does somebody else need him more where they can get something that'll bring a little
Not with
veteran?
Julius Randle. I would say no. I'd trade the pick if I were them. Maybe try to get a veteran guy
I
in
would
there.
too. That's what I'm saying.
Because
Somebody,
that team is too young.
A veteran that maybe doesn't contribute to any wins, but he contributes to the development of some of these younger players.
Yeah.
That would be really good for them, I think.
Oh.
But we'll see, right?
Well, we'll find out. Either way, it's exciting. The offseason is off to a bingo bango.
We still don't know what's going to happen with Durant. Like everybody from the Warriors camp and from his camp all say yes, he's opting out.
Yeah, and
which means he's going for that contract. And if I'm the Warriors, I got to tell you, I don't fucking make that deal. There's no fucking way I make that deal.
Somebody's making it.
Somebody will make it. You're right.
I wonder who it's going to be.
Here's the deal. I've been doing some math the past couple of days. So if he doesn't opt out, then they're going to get reimbursed for like 30% of his salary, more or less, which is better than nothing. I don't think they really care about money, though. It's more about cap space, and that doesn't get affected at all.
Right.
They get a mid-level exception, basically, so they can go out and spend $10 million on another player to replace him. But that's... Man, when he and Clay are both out next year, do they just like punt for that whole season or what?
I would rest Steph Curry, play him 20 games, rest Draymond Green. Those guys have played an extra 160 games over the last 5 years from going.
It's like 130 or 140. Yeah, it's
something crazy man.
amount.
You got to be
It's
exhausted.
almost 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't win next year. You can't win a championship next year.
There's no way.
Rest those guys, keep them fresh, keep them healthy, and then try to make a run in 2 years. I'm not sure what Durant's going to do. I think for sure Clay is coming back. Klay Thompson's coming back to the Golden
I would agree
State
with
Warriors.
that, yeah. Here's the problem with Durant, though. He's not going to play next year. There's no way.
No, he is out. Klay Thompson might be back in February or something?
Maybe February.
Maybe,
yeah.
but I wouldn't rush that. Why?
No. I mean, if the season's fucked by then, who cares?
Who cares?
If Durant resigns with the Warriors with that Supermax deal, it's $220 million. He misses all of next year.
Yep.
So it's $220 million for 4 years. That's 55. 55, is that right?
Yeah.
55.
Somewhere in there.
55 million. Yeah.
But I think it's 5 years.
Per year.
Yeah.
For 4 years. Because he's not playing that 1 year.
No, you're correct.
And then you have Kevin Durant, who's had some major issues with his foot.
Yep.
And now he's had the worst possible injury you can have as a basketball player. That is the worst by far, because that's the spring in your fucking step, and that's what defined him, other than his jump shot. Like his ability to take 2 steps and be at the fucking basket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of his defensive ability. Then you have him with this history of injuries at $50 million a year. So his last year under contract, $50.4 million is his salary. And he'll be 35 years old. Fuck that. I try to, if he opts out, I let him go.
Yeah.
Maybe do some kind of sign-in trade or something to get something out of it, but there's no fucking way I re-sign him.
Well, the beauty of it is we're about 12 days away from this right now, and it'll be fun to see where he shakes out, and the other two, Kyrie and Kemba. I guess that's pretty much all I give a shit about.
I'm curious to see where
and Kawhi. Look, I think
goes.
Kawhi ends up in at the Clippers, man, and I think that if so, because that's what I was going to mybookie.com to bet on, right?
Yeah.
I was going to bet on the Clippers for next year.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the Los Angeles, I was like, oh, shit, everybody else is betting on the Clippers. And then I was like, wait, Lakers at the end of this? Come on, dude. Come on. Because my personal guess is that Kawhi's going there. And again, with these other two out, I've already thrown some money on it. So we'll see what happens now. But I think Kawhi ends up for the Clippers. And, I think the Lakers pull off one more deal, and it might be Kyrie. I'm with you that the Knicks are terrible. But if you're that diehard in New York, you go and live in New York City. You're not heading over to Brooklyn. Brooklyn-wise, it doesn't make sense for them to do the deal when you have such a young, great all-star point guard already and D'Angelo Russell. You're fine on that. If I'm Kyrie, man, go to L.A., shore up your relationship.
They're going to win a title.
Those three would win the championship, I think.
Those three plus Kuzma, there's no way they don't win unless somebody gets injured.
Agreed.
But
so if you're Kyrie, if it's about titles, you're going to L.A. You're going to Lakers. If it's not, you're going elsewhere.
I would love to see that. I'm a fan of great basketball. That's
same.
I became a Warriors fan after moving to Oakland and watching them suck for years. Then they got good. I was going to games already, but they got good. I'm like, oh, this is convenient. Good for me.
Hey, good for you, Dan.
But man, LA, they've been bad for a little while now.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see them turn around. It'd be nice to see if LA doesn't do something serious, Houston's probably going to be the favorite in the West.
I don't know. There's a lot of turmoil between those guys, Harden and Chris Paul. I don't know if they're able to pull it together anymore.
We'll see. I mean, they've had a lot of heartbreaking losses.
Yeah.
At any rate, there's no way the Warriors are contenders next year because let's say they do re-sign Durant and Clay to the Supermax deals that they're fucking eligible for. That's $71 million of their cap space next year that goes to two players who will not play a single game.
Correct.
That's $71 million out of the $109 million in cap space they have.
Yeah.
Like, how good of a team can you put out there?
I
don't think they can re-sign Kevin Durant. I don't think they're capable of doing it.
I think you're hedging on the future at that point. And if I'm the Warriors with the current roster and makeup, I try to do the Durant deal. Hopefully he comes back at 80% or whatever it is. Try to do the Clay deal and then make one more stretch of 2, possibly 3 more good year run after he gets healthy. Just looking at the current NBA landscape, by the way, if you would have asked me this before that Anthony Davis trade, I would have said a whole different spiel. Mm-hmm. But now that this has happened, I think the Warriors are stuck. And I think this is what they have to do.
If the Warriors are stuck, then so is Kevin Durant, though.
That's what I feel. If he goes somewhere else, it's just for the money, and he'll never win a title, I don't think.
That's probably what's going to happen, I think. I don't see why. If I'm the Warriors, this is no way that I resign him. Why? What's the point?
Yeah.
Like, what I would do is take next season off and just tell Curry that he can shoot as many threes as he wants and just see if he can set some kind of record. And
just work on his game. That's it.
Get fans in the seats.
Keep shooting deeper, and see what happens. They got a brand new arena over there.
What's the record? Like 418 he had in one season or something crazy.
He breaks it
like
every
that.
year, I feel like. So it's like, whatever he did last year is probably what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in the same boat on that. So we'll see what happens. Kawhi, though, man, that guy. He's a fucking champion, man.
He's very good.
I was never, ever really sold on how great Kawhi Leonard is. I am now because I don't have a choice. Mm-hmm. And he does exactly what needs to be done at the right moments. And he's not flashy.
He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
He's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's dead inside, a lot like you.
Yeah.
And
we may be related, actually.
Boy, kissing cousins at that point, docking doughboys. I don't know what that means.
Is that a thing, docking doughboys?
No, I just made that up. That was off the cuff, but you can trademark it if you want.
I will.
I saw him at the parade yesterday. I saw him at the after party in Vegas.
Oh yeah, he did the laugh.
Not only did he do the laugh at the parade, but did you see him at the club after he won?
No.
In Vegas?
Was he getting loose?
No, he looks like.
I told you.
Can this be over so I can just go home?
I told you that when he won. If he won, then it would be like, you wouldn't know if he had won or lost.
No. And they're outside in some cabana in Vegas, they had rented to rage. It's summertime. There's fucking white girls dancing all over that goddamn place. And they just pan this camera to him in the corner of the back of the cabana sitting by himself. And he's just staring. Like, he's got 1,000-yard stare in his eyes where you're just like, bro, he wants to be just home.
Do you think there's a possibility that he was a
bed.
child soldier
in Somalia?
In Somalia at some point?
I don't know what his deal is, but after reading that article in, what was it, The Atlantic or whatever, that came out about him bringing a lamp inside the gym because they turn the lights off at a certain hour at night in college, and then the board man gets paid.
Yeah.
That guy lives, eats, breathes basketball. The rest of this shit is meaningless to him. At the parade, he looked bored as fuck.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, he looked bored as shit at that fucking parade. He was kind of half smoking a cigar, and that was it, man. He had that funny speech on stage. Who knows? Maybe secretly behind closed doors, he's fucking hilarious.
He could be.
Could be.
He could be Marshawn Lynch of the NBA. He just doesn't give a fuck about the media at all.
Yeah, who knows? Either way, you can take it as one of two things. Either he loves basketball and he just wants to go the fuck home and start shooting, threes and post ups and whatever.
I bet he's at his house right now in his gym just shooting.
That's probably by himself with a lamp on. He probably turned the lights off in there too. But or he was just like, man, I'm thinking about free agency and I need to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, maybe.
So we'll see. Either way, it didn't look like he was having much fun.
No. You know who's been having fun lately, though, is the fucking Atlanta Braves. They scored like 13 again last night.
Yeah.
They've scored, I think, something like 20 more runs this month so far than any other team.
Those guys are clicking, man.
They're doing well. Speaking of the Braves, so Craig Dulesky from Iowa, which doesn't exist.
Yes.
He made characters on MLB The Show for you and me.
Yeah.
And you're just stomping me out right now. So that means, to me, that says that he's more motivated to do well in the game when it's you up. So I'm just going to go harder after him now.
Yeah, I mean, look.
You're hitting like 680 or something.
I should be. That's what I
And your hair in the game, it looks
identical
to you.
What I look like now, which is amazing. I mean, look at this salad, bro. I mean, this is coming out the sides.
If you shaved the sides, you would look like Josh Donaldson.
I know. Look, and I probably will after the summer of Swayze's over, but subscribe to the show on YouTube. All the sports shows are up now on YouTube, and nobody's partying harder than my character in MLB.
Yeah, he's killing it. Like, seriously. He's got like 12 more home runs than me and is hitting like 200 points higher. I think this is a conspiracy because I've talked so much shit to Craig over the years.
Yeah.
That he's finally getting back at me. He's like, oh, I'm going to make this character for you and it's going to suck. It's actually doing pretty well, but he made it so that you're doing better than me.
Well, let's face it. I probably would be in real life.
No, there's no way.
Yeah.
I would crush you at everything in life.
No.
Yes.
I'm a hell of a baseball player.
Let's do it. You and I will have a home run derby.
Let me ask you this: have you ever played on any of those teams? Like, what was the last year you stopped playing like organized baseball?
I've played on some adult leagues, so maybe 5 years ago.
Okay,
like
yeah, so did I. Various degrees of it, depending upon where I was. Softball was big in college, obviously.
Softball's fun. We need to find a league around here to play.
I know, it was great. And then I played in LA with a bunch of the guys from that 70s show.
Oh yeah.
It was hyper competitive.
Oh yeah, it always gets really competitive.
Really surprised. I was like, yo, Jesus Christ. Danny Masterson was really fucking good, by the way.
Is he really good at Scientology?
Yeah, he's great at both. The whole family is.
You think that helps you hit the ball?
It helped him. He was fucking good. I was surprised. Danny Masterson was a good softball player. But
maybe it's the curls.
After that, and like later on in LA, I got to. Let me ask you this. This is way off topic since we're on it, but fuck it. Have you ever played with a ball is bigger, almost double the size of a softball? You ever played that?
No.
And you can't use gloves?
Is it the one that like disintegrates or whatever when you hit it really hard? And then it comes back together and you can throw it?
Yeah, it wobbles a little bit.
Yeah. No, I've never played that, but I know what it is.
So I got invited to play in one of those, right? And one of the teams was in the championship, and it was old dudes, by the way. I'm talking like 50 years old. And I was like, all right, cool, man. My buddy's dad was like, we got to have somebody right now. You're the only person I can call right now. Come down and play. And I was like, all right, cool. I show up, and there's this weird fucking ball.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I knocked the shit out of it. Barely got it out of the infield. And those old men, I don't know what they're calling it, softball, advanced, oblong ball or whatever the fuck it is. The most competitive dudes I've ever played against. These guys were in their 50s and absolutely killing each other on every single play. And since that ball is so hard to hit, I think it was like a 2-1 game, which never happens where you're just like, Jesus Christ.
That's really frustrating. It reminds me of so Jared and I, when we lived together, when we were both stationed at Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
He had a big backyard, so we turned it into a fucking wiffle ball field. And we put big ass fucking spotlight. Of course, Jared goes all out on this shit.
Yeah.
Because it's just who he is. But we had like these big ass spotlights, and the entire neighborhood, all of our friends and shit would come over all 3 days of the weekend, and we would play fucking in the backyard and drink heavily. So there would be the ground in the morning would be littered with people and wiffle ball gear. I'm not sure who, if anyone, ever won anything.
You know I'm a diehard wiffle ball guy, right?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I made a movie out of it.
I know.
Screwball, the Ted Whitfield story.
Yes.
It's actually on Amazon Prime for free right now. You can watch it. But We played forever with that shit.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's fun as shit.
I would love
but
to get in a competitive wiffle ball.
The problem is you like you get him. No matter who you are, you're gonna fucking swing and miss. That's why they call it wiffle ball.
Yeah.
Like no shit. That's where the name came from, wiffle ball.
Yeah.
That's not true. Anyways,
kind of.
It could be. Maybe it is.
No, I had a meeting with those guys because we had to clear the product for the movie.
With Wiffle?
Yeah.
Ink?
With the Wiffle Ball ink. And
Wiffle LLC.
Jesus, man. They were dicks to me. I don't think I've ever told this story.
They were dicks?
Yeah, they were assholes. No lie, this is what they said. I was like, hey, man, so we're making this movie about Wiffle Ball. We all love it or whatever. And they were like, oh. Well, I guess that's cool. And I was like, I'm sorry. Do you not want... I mean, it was free. We weren't asking for anything from them, nothing. And they were like, we would have really preferred Will Ferrell.
Of all the people to choose. I guess he was probably hot at the time, but
he was. It was in 2010. Man.
Yeah, we can get you Will Ferrell. Do you have $30 million?
Do you have $30 million?
And we'll do that right now, you stupid fuck.
That's what they said to me. And they were so disappointed that it was me. And I was just like, oh, sorry, I care about your fucking sport. And then I love it.
I think I've been thinking about this ever since that firefighters gala we went to a couple weeks ago. I want to do a thing here in Wilmington where it's firefighters versus the police department softball tournament.
That'd be great.
And just get these guys super heated against each other. Like you and I will be the team captains. Mm-hmm. And then I'll say that you've been telling me that the fire department's been talking a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And then you say the same. And then we'll just get into a fucking brawl. Like on the field, not an actual fist fight, but like
we'll play.
Get super competitive.
We'll play. Hey, Jamie's here. Jamie, who's the guy who played for the Buffalo Bills?
Jay Ross.
Jay Ross, and he's head of.
He's on the New Hanover County Sheriff's Department.
New Hanover. Okay, so look, you have a former NFL player who's at the New Hanover County Sheriff's Department right now. So, I think we could pull some athletes together for sure.
There's a bunch.
I hang out with those firefighters a lot.
Yeah.
So for sure, I think we could easily pull together.
We'll have our own charity softball tournament
for
the different. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah. I told you my neighbor's like a sheriff he's in the canine unit.
Yeah, the guy across the street. Yeah.
So I'm down, man. That'd be a blast.
I think we should do it. Brought to you by Drinkin Bros.
Yeah, that'd be a blast, man. Give it all the money to first responders. That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of sponsoring, we have some sponsors pay for this whole shit wagon to be on the air. Man, we just got yammering away today. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And the sponsors are the ones who actually pay for this shit. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Speaking of first responders, if you're a first responder, you get 15% off forever. Same if you're military. 15% off forever at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Man, they're about to have their 4th of July deals, which are always sick.
Yeah.
But look, if you're a regular civilian like myself, they get a bunch of amazing deals right now. $100 off the Classic, $200 off the Ghost Lux, and then the Ghost Flex. That's for the bigger people. That's for the orgies, brother. That's where you really get down.
That's what we're going to do after that firefighter versus police showdown.
Yeah.
In Wilmington. We're all going to get into bed together.
Just have a
the
group
winning
orgy.
team, all 9 guys.
Yeah. Or a girl. There could be some ladies out there who play.
We'll see.
There was a hot lady showed up from Carolina Beach Police Department when I had that break-in in my Tahoe.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you give her my contact information?
I should, though.
What?
I told you that was like the sexiest police force I'd ever seen. I was like, Jesus Christ. All of them were good-looking.
I'm going to start committing a lot of crimes in Carolina Beach.
You should. Get that lady. I didn't get her name, but she's perfect. Like you guys are.
You think she would hurt me?
I think so, for sure.
I mean, she definitely has a gun. So.
Yeah. She was no nonsense.
And a baton and mace and
handcuffs. And there's nothing to use that better than to use that baton and mace on than in a ghost bed.
Yeah, if you get the bed protector.
Yep. Which is free this month.
Yeah, it's free
this month. You get that protector this month.
When she sprays you down with the fucking mace, you can just wash that bitch and move on with your life.
You don't have to get it in your mattress, dude.
Yeah.
Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and get yourself a mattress, man. 36 months. No interest. Pay as you go program. The best in the biz at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Next up, we got expressvpn.com/drinking bros. I like everybody's doing URLs.
Yeah, it's better. Just from a tracking standpoint, it's better. It's easier for them to tell if we sent traffic over there.
Yeah.
And apparently we've been sending a lot. So thanks to you guys for looking into this product. We really like it. I have it on both of my fucking laptops and my iPad and my fucking phone.
Tell everybody why it's so important to have an app running in the background of all your shit.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it's that every company out there is trying to get your information. Like all of them are trying to get your personal information, and that's fine. They're just using it to retarget and market to you. I mean, you may feel one way or the other about that. The problem is that information existing exposes it to outside threats, like China, for example, and Russia. Al-Qaeda doesn't do a whole lot of hacking that I'm aware of, but China and Russia do. So they steal our information. They've stolen mine a couple times. That's why I'm super fucking paranoid about it now.
Yeah. Look, speaking of which, Google Calendar's down right now across the world. People are freaking out about that. So
Instagram had a denial of service attack today too, earlier this morning.
No shit.
It was lower level. They were able to handle it, but you can tell whenever you get those errors where it says couldn't refresh feed at the top. It's not your Wi-Fi or it's not your service. It's usually them getting pounded by somebody in a denial of service attack.
That's crazy.
That kind of those brute force attacks make normal security measures break down.
Right.
And then people have access to passwords and banking information, all this other shit. And then there's obviously the ancillary benefit of being able to watch pornography at work.
Yeah.
Which is what?
Always huge. Always huge. Go to expressvpn.com/drinking bros today. Protect yourself. Cybersecurity is real. This knocks it down to $7 a month, and you get 3 free months for a year. Yeah. So it's cheap as shit, and at least you're safe.
So that's $70 for the year. Or I'm sorry, $84 for the year minus 21.
Yeah,
so it's $63 for the year. You're getting a fucking pretty good discount. That's 25% right there.
It's great. I've got to run on all my shit. Yeah. But I had since they were on the show last year.
Yeah, they're
amazing, man. expressvpn.com/drinking bros today. Last but not least, I'm going to hold these up in the camera. Raycon, buyraycon.com/drinking bros. These are the headphones, man, we keep talking about.
Yeah, you guys have been buying the shit out of them too, by the way.
Dude.
So, I mean, so they sent us free ones, and I bought my own as well because I was like, I'm going to need some more of these. I don't know what my fucking problem is.
It's crazy, man. So these are the wireless earphones. Battery life, 5 hours of playback time, 2,000 hours of standby time. You can take calls. You can listen to music on your smartphone. They've got a charging capsule. You just pop it in there, dude. Boom. Fully charge your earphones up to 5 times while on the go.
It's a lot more secure in your ear than AirPods too, by the way, when you're working out or running or whatever the fuck. Yep. I found that. Like I drop my shit all the time, or because it has that little thing that hangs down, I knock it out of my ear all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So irritating. If you're a clumsy piece of shit like me, but you still want to work out, these are good options.
These are the best. And again, dude, the reason why we signed up with buyraycon.com/drinking bros was we tried to do a deal with Beats by Dre, and they were like, no. We wanted affordable headphones for people out there. Everybody's using them so much. These are the only ones that really meet the maker, if you will. These are the only ones that please the Dead-Eye Dan.
I like them, yeah.
Yeah. Look, it's about $50, man. So we're super stoked to have them, and hopefully they're here for a long time. Let's get back to Drake here, if we may.
Drake.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really want to go hard on Drake right now. Did he play for the Raptors at some point? I didn't know it.
I think he may have been a consulting. No, he didn't do anything for the Raptors.
The way he's been partying with the Raptors at the parade and in Vegas at the after party and all that shit, it's as if he's a fucking member of the team. It's as if he's the sixth man, or like the Lou Williams who played and grinded out, all these years and finally won a championship. And they seem cool with it. Like, the players seem fine with it.
It's a little cringy, but he's not hurting anybody, and the players seem fine with it. So I'm all about it. It like brings more attention to what they've done up there, and I think what they did was super impressive. So I'm fine with that whole thing.
I think it's weird, man.
It's weird for sure. It's cringy as fuck too, because it's like Oh man, I don't know. It's like if Jeremy Lin was doing that, you know what I mean? Even though he actually won the title, he didn't actually do anything. So if he was the one out there like spiking the basketball and whatever the fuck, I'd be like, all right, bro, just calm down a little bit. Drake wasn't even on the court.
Look, man, I was, in LA for all those Laker championships with Kobe and Shaq and those guys. I never saw Snoop Dogg partying with the players on the court. Afterwards on the parade float,
although how cool would it have been for the Lakers to win a championship and then Snoop, Jack Nicholson, and everybody to be on, all the fans, the celebrity fans on one float?
Here's the difference with LA, man. They know they're the Lakers, right? And they know that the Lakers should be good every year. They think they should be good every year. They've been watching famous people in and out of that city for years and years and years. There's the old saying, act like you've been here before. They have. Whereas Toronto has not. And Drake is like a child. Again, nobody wants to be an NBA wife more than Drake. We said that a couple episodes ago, and I really want to enforce that now.
Yeah.
If he could marry Kawhi Leonard right now, I think he'd happily turn gay and then go off into the sunset with Kawhi.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, there's a lot of famous people from Toronto, though.
Who?
Jim Carrey. Shit. I
love Jim Carrey, and it's great. And there's a bunch of comedians from
Myers?
Canada. Yeah. But
He's
again, you don't see them there smashing dicks with the whole team. Like
Kiefer Sutherland.
I love Kiefer.
Keanu Reeves is from Canada. He's from Toronto.
Canal.
Shawn Mendes and The Weeknd are both also from Toronto.
Great. How many of those guys were on the float or with the players or on the bus or in Vegas? Zero.
Look,
it was just
Drake spent all those years in that wheelchair. And I feel like he's earned the right.
Wheelchair Jimmy?
Yeah, Wheelchair Jimmy.
Yeah.
Is everybody familiar with this meme?
Everybody. They have to be. Or you just have to be a Degrassi fan.
Has anybody ever admitted to being a Degrassi fan?
Everybody. Dude, at some point in your life,
you don't even know any Canadians. I have friends in Canada.
Everybody watched Degrassi.
I have a lot of friends in Canada, particularly around the Toronto area, and none of them have ever. I mean, they watched it, of course, but they're all like, "That's."
It was weird, man. Like it became this like American thing. Kevin Smith was a huge champion of Degrassi. Like he's the one that brought back the new generation Degrassi, and then I think he directed it, and I think him and Jay ended up doing an episode where they starred in it as well. Yeah. They were huge Degrassi fans. So,
all right.
That was Drake, dude. Wheelchair Jimmy.
Wheelchair Jimmy, yeah. Speaking of the parade, it's Toronto, right?
Yes.
In Canada, Americans come in for a lot of heat from Canada, quite a bit about our violent tendencies and our gun ownership. Four people were shot at the parade in Toronto yesterday. At a parade.
For your championship,
it wasn't a protest.
Shot.
It wasn't a protest. There was nothing controversial about what was happening that day, but 4 people still got shot.
4 people got shot in Canada at a parade for when you finally won a championship
after fucking 26 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many people got shot when the Lakers win?
Zero.
And LA is violent as fuck.
Yeah, it is. One of my friends, her friend's husband was there with their kid, 3-year-old kid, like near where one of the shootings happened. And he was just like, I can't believe this happened. He's laying down on top of his kid in Toronto.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
it's fucked up.
So what was it? It was 4 injuries, and then...
I don't know if anybody died.
No, 4 people went to the hospital and a bunch of people were injured, but nobody died. I don't know how you...
Luckily.
You miss. Yeah, I don't know how you not...
Well, I mean, there's 1 million people out there.
1.5 million people.
You figure you could...
You take one person out. Or what are you doing at that
I don't
point?
know. I haven't seen any investigations. I don't know if it was some kind of personal beef or somebody was using the whole 1.5 million people to try to get away with some shit or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It didn't seem to involve any police officers, though.
No.
So I don't know.
Have you been to that city?
Toronto, yeah.
Yeah. So who's fucking killing people out there?
I don't know. Most of the immigration there is like Pakistani and stuff like that, and Indian. They don't really like commit crimes in the United States or in Canada, North America. Like the people who come over here are working. They're not like terrorists and shit. Well, some of them probably are, but from Pakistan, not India. But there's no stereotype about criminals like armed gangs and shit from Pakistan and India.
Yeah, that was
Like,
a strange story when I saw it pop up, and I was like, really?
I'm sure there's
Toronto?
like any other big city, there's probably a lot of poverty there. So I'm sure it was poor people who were selling drugs, which is what most crime in America is.
And let's face it, if you're doing drugs, no better place to do them than at a victory parade.
That's actually accurate.
I know.
Just try not to shoot anybody. while
Yeah,
you're doing it.
exactly. Just
you
do
don't
your
mind.
drugs in peace.
Yeah.
Move on with your life. We got another set of world champions last week that was crowned. I think the day after our sports show, because our sports show airs Tuesday night at 8, mostly for the Wednesday drive, 8 p.m. EST, and the Blues.
Yep.
Shocked the world. Man, I lost some money on that.
Same, yeah, a little bit, not too much.
No,
I wasn't that confident.
Couple hundred sticks on it.
I do feel pretty good about how they won, though. Like before last week, I said that whoever wins the forecheck and is more aggressive in the neutral zone is going to win, and they fucking from the very first play were really aggressive at that. They seemed faster and more in the game than Boston did the whole time.
Yeah.
Come to find out that Zdeno Chara, his whole head was missing, basically. Like, he had 4 fractures in his face.
Jesus Christ.
And he played games 5, 6, and 7 like that.
And now
no one is tougher than hockey players. Like,
No.
Van Vliet gets up and his tooth is chipped and he's got a couple of stitches. That's cool, man. Good for you. Like, Clay comes back out with a fucked up knee and shoots free throws. That's cool. This motherfucker skated for 45 minutes with his face fucked up.
For a week, essentially.
Yeah, for a week.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Nobody is tougher than hockey players.
No.
Sorry.
No. And look, I was excited for the Blues to win. I wanted the Blues to win. I did not want Boston to win another championship, because then we never would have heard the end of 3 out of 4. In major sports, Pats, Bruins, fucking Celtics.
I'm actually going to send all of my Boston friends that are sports fans a little gift here soon in the next couple of months. I'm not going to say what it is yet, but when I put it together, then I will show everyone after they've received it.
Okay. There was a guest on yesterday that we're going to have on next week on our show, celebrity trainer Gunnar Patterson, who's the best in the biz.
Yep.
And I asked him, I was like, who's the hardest working athlete you've had? His answer was Tom Brady.
I
couldn't believe it.
I
couldn't believe it.
Oh,
and I was like, all right. But yeah, look, Boston didn't get it. What I was surprised in this series was, and I watched every game, none of them were that great or that close, really. One was 7-2.
Yeah, there was a lot of lopsided scores there.
And the Blues won every away game in the series? Like,
they only won.
That was their MO the
games.
entire playoffs.
Yeah. I
could not piece this team together or figure them out. I had Bruins all the way before this started, and man, I couldn't piece this team together. It's awesome that they won.
Yeah.
I just can't figure it out. Even better was how drunk Brett Hull was.
Man, he looked like I sounded that first interview with Disgusting Justin because I was shit-faced. We had been drinking for like 6 hours before we started recording this.
Yeah.
He looked like I sounded in that episode for sure. He was fucking hammered. But Brett Hull is a notorious boozer.
Oh, yeah. He's one of the best in the biz.
Yeah, he was super excited. I mean, that's 50 years in the making right now. You got to be excited.
Yeah, he was amped. Look, I was amped for it. I just couldn't believe it, man. I mean, it was 3-0 most of that game.
Yeah.
There was a late kind of a garbage goal there with maybe 5 minutes left for Boston, but I mean, it was a fucking thorough beating at home in a game 7. I was really shocked.
It's embarrassing.
Well, I lost some money on mybookie.com. Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Speaking of which, they are a chief sponsor. And if you're looking to make some prop bets right now, go to mybookie.com/Drinkin Bros. They'll double your deposit from $100 all the way to $3,000. And that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Is betting on a lot of these prop bets for the upcoming year.
Well, you know what I'm doing? I'm betting on the Women's World Cup right now.
Yes.
Because there's so many fucking games that if you can pick out 1 or 2 here and there that are pretty, like, honestly, at the group stages, a lot of them are like goal differentials and stuff like that. It's not necessarily
Thailand 13-0. I watched them play China the day before yesterday. Chile, yeah.
Chile, yeah. They very obviously let off the gas in that game.
Yeah, it was. They
After
only won
all the
3-0, and Lloyd missed a PK there.
Yeah, that was she yanked it. She yanked it to the left a little bit, but you could tell even before that they had kind of let up off the gas a little bit. They didn't start Morgan.
No, and you know, I don't know if it had anything to do with the backlash from the first game or whatever. I think those girls were in the right, and I don't give a shit.
I don't either, man.
But they're fun to watch. God damn it, man. Yeah. They're really fun to watch. And hopefully those girls win it all. But yeah, we bet on that shit, man, because it's a blast.
It's hard to tell in the group stages because it's all the luck of the draw.
I take the over-unders in these just because I root for high scores from USA, and it's always possible that they can drop 8 goals on somebody.
It is. They are that much better than most everybody else. Until they get into the knockout rounds, there's no chance they're going to lose unless they just throw one away.
No. But look, we're going to do a huge show. Once the NBA free agency shakes out, we're going to do a huge prop bet show in July for the upcoming NBA season, the upcoming NHL season. And we're going to physically go down the numbers here with mybookie.com/Drinkin Bros and tell you who we're picking way too early for all of this shit.
And the draft is this Thursday, too.
The NBA draft is this Thursday. But by the way, the reason why we're doing it in July is most of these free agents will shake out in basketball.
Yeah.
Training camp will be in for football and all these guys. Like, this is where you can make some serious money because you're picking a team that you're going to have incredible odds on, and you could end up with a Toronto Raptors situation. I mean, dude, if you bet them before the season started, neither of us did at all. We had Golden State all the way. Yep. But if you are able to get in on these bets and bet some of these teams beforehand, like, dude, me yesterday going in and putting some money on the Clippers.
Yep.
We did that's a little early.
We did it with Clemson before the college football season last year.
Before I think August 1st we did that bet. We like to do that from time to time because you can make some serious cash. Some of these odds are 10, 15 to 1, and it's just like, all right, cool. You throw 100 on it, you get to watch the entire season, and then you can end up with $1,500 at the end of it. That's fucking rad.
I'm going to do that with Clemson again this year, I think.
Well, this is real early, my man. Real early.
I know it is, but I mean,
We'll save it for that show.
Trevor Lawrence is the shit.
And he's the best in the biz right now. We'll save it for that show.
I can see it in your eyes. You've got you think Ohio State's going to do well this year, don't you?
I think they're going to do well. I don't think they're going to win the championship. So I'm not going to give the rest of it away, but it will surprise everyone at home because I'm itching for it. And like,
if you pick Iowa,
Kelly from Vegas.
Oh yeah.
I think she posted, what was it, yesterday, or the day before, 58 days until college football or whatever it is.
Yep.
Oh boy, I'm itching for it so bad that I have my picks.
I think we're gonna go to that opener.
I have my picks. I want to say them now, but I can't.
Yeah, we're gonna go to that Florida Miami opener in Orlando, I think.
Correct. August 24th.
Yep, and then we're gonna go to the Ohio State Penn State game in Ohio State. Then we're going to go to the Cleveland Browns game the next day.
Yeah. And that's, by the way, this is our rivalry because you went to Penn State, I went to Ohio State. So we went last year in Penn State. You're coming this year to Ohio State.
And we'll go to one Bills game if it works out to go do their tailgate.
That'd be great.
We're going to go with a police officer and so we can get away with more shit.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I don't think you're allowed to jump through tables anymore, so we're going to jump through tables.
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, we're not going to. I'm old, and you're
I'm super young. I'll jump through the fucking table with it on fire. You can bet your sweet ass on that. I just don't want to get this hair caught on fire.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Summer Swayze hair.
Well, by then,
the summer will be over.
Yeah,
so
I think
I'll
so.
deal.
We've actually discussed some potential options for your hair after.
We have. One of them is me cutting it all off, putting it in a Ziploc bag, and then stapling it to the set behind us.
Yes.
So that's on the table.
Yeah. Friar Tuck, wasn't he? Where you shave,
tucked up,
where you shave out the
circle in the middle, yeah. I go clean bald in the middle, and I go full tuck.
Now, how long are you going to go clean bald in the middle?
Friar Tuck. Look, I've never been bald. I've got a fucking bowl of salad on my head. I've never been bald. I have no chance of ever going bald. Yeah. I don't know, with a guy like me shaving out my entire head like that, I think it would grow back really quickly, probably.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying how long would you continue to shave it clean?
Oh, I couldn't put up with that. I couldn't put up with that.
What I want...
Like, the tuck thing is never going to happen, by the way.
It'll. Well, we'll see.
No.
You didn't think you would get a fucking perm and a mustache either, bitch.
Yeah, I'm not getting tucked up, dude. I'm not getting Fryer tucked up. But
if you guys
we'll
out
have
there,
something crazy this year. And then the cruise. We have the Drinkin' Bros cruise.
Yeah.
And that shit's going to get wild on that. So
Jesus Christ. I don't even know. I don't think there's any. Oh, there's
and Matt's book comes
there's
out.
like 20.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah,
Matt's
it's
book
August
comes
20th.
out August 20th.
Yeah.
By the way, I mean, now that we're just rapping here,
Yeah.
go to thankyouformyservice.com and pre-order today and get your signed copy. If you already ordered one off of Amazon and Barnes & Noble or whatever else, all you have to do is just go to the thankyouformyservice.com and just redeem it and just type in your address to confirm it so that they've got the right place to send it, because Matt is signing all of these up until July 15th. I know they get flooded with orders and they had to put a cutoff on it. I know the publisher was like, hey, man, we can't do this many fucking things. So let's put a cutoff date of July 15th. So go and pre-order Thank You for My Service and get wet with it. We got some breaking news here. Al Horford is going to opt out.
Yep.
But he said it looks like he possibly might re-sign, that he's looking to re-sign. He's supposed to get $31 million next year. Why opt out? Take that money, son. He's what, 30?
I don't think he would have.
Old?
I don't think he would have opted out unless he had another plan already in place. Probably.
Well, they're probably going to re-sign him for 2 years or 3 years or something like that, and then give him that money. But
today, the Atlanta Hawks made an offer to the Knicks. They wanted to trade their 8 and 10 picks for that number 3 pick and get Barrett, but the Knicks told him to fuck off.
Really?
Yeah, and Max Kellerman is saying that the Knicks.
I'm surprised by that.
Same. I would have taken that. I think
that just happened right now, huh? Breaking news.
Yep, it happened about 10 minutes ago.
No shit.
So R.J. Barrett is probably going to go to the Knicks then. And Kellerman's also saying that the Knicks are the leading contender for Durant right now. Like he does not think, not that he's a fucking insider or anything. He's just a host, but I'm sure he's heard it from somebody. He really thinks that Durant is going to the Knicks. What do you think about that?
Look, I could see it for the fact of maybe you're correct and Golden State doesn't offer him that money for a long-term deal. And, if he's trying to maximize this injury and maximize his bank account, you go to New York, and if he's able to come back on the New York stage, it'll be great. But, the Knicks are the Knicks, and it could be some, another bad contract and a bunch of dead money for years and years and years. Because that seems to be their MO and all the players that they're after, man.
Yeah.
You remember what happened with Joakim Noah and Rose and all those guys, those trades.
Terrible trades.
Who was it? Tyson Chandler that was there.
Chandler,
yeah. Before that was Amari Stoudemire.
Oof, that was a bad one.
Same
but nobody
thing.
saw that coming either.
No, same thing, man. They got stuck in that for 30 years. And they seem to be mired in one bad contract after another. So it wouldn't surprise me. But if I'm Durant and thinking about championships and just the future, man, stay in Golden State. If they're going to give it to you, if they're not going to give it to you, go to the Knicks. Fuck, take their money. Do whatever you want at that point. But man, that's a tough pill to swallow. That the dude's going to be out for an entire year, and you're going to back up the truck for him. We'll see. I want to talk about this Tyson Fury fight on Saturday night, where he came out as Apollo Creed.
That's pretty funny.
It was really funny, and I was not expecting it out of him.
No,
he gives great interviews, by the way.
Didn't he sing?
Oh yeah, he did the whole dance, the whole shit, the whole outfit, and then he had a fake outfit on before it, and his trainer tore it off before he went into the ring. I love all that shit. That's what I miss about boxing. And then he absolutely demolished this guy.
He is a very large human being.
He reminds me of Jack Mandeville.
Yeah, but like
a really like a
he's
6'9".
two Jack Mandevilles.
Yeah,
basically.
he's two Jack Mandevilles in one. And I enjoy his personality. I enjoy watching him fight. He said he's going to fight Wilder in, I think, March of next year.
He's definitely going to fight him again.
Each of them have a tune-up fight because Joshua doesn't have a choice but for that rematch with Andy Ruiz Jr., the heavyweight champion.
That's going to be funny as shit. Well, I mean, that's going to be a super interesting fight, actually.
Now it is.
Yeah.
But I think that Fury Wilder fight, man. If I couldn't, since you didn't give me Wilder Joshua, this Fury Wilder fight is what I want to see, and I'm glad those two are coming together and going to do it. Both of them have announced, hey, we're going to do this in March, I think. of next year. They're each fighting somebody else before that, and I think one's for a unifying belt. There's like 90 belts.
It's hard to keep up with any of that shit.
It's all,
IBF, WBO, IBO. There's like
it's all kind of bullshit. But I enjoy him. I enjoy his personality, and I love watching heavyweights fight.
Yeah, same.
So I'm amped about that. And then last but not least, we want to give a huge shout out to Disgustin' Justin.
Yeah.
He's fighting this Friday night. It's what, the Shrine Auditorium?
Yeah, it's in San Antonio.
Yep. So if you're in the San Antonio area, we're going to go out and watch him fight. Yeah. Disgustin' Justin.
If you want to watch the fight, hit one of us up. Hit Justin up directly in his DMs. He'll answer you, or hit up Drinkin Bros DMs, or me or Ross, or whomever you have contact with, and we'll get you some tickets to it. I think they're like $50.
Yeah, we're going to be in San Antonio this weekend. I'm recording the audiobook with Matt.
Yep.
We're going to watch Justin's fights, and then we're back here full time after that in North Carolina. But I'm amped, man. He's been training for this for a long time.
I've watched the video of his old fights before. Is he
legit.
Good? Yeah.
Is he legit?
Yeah.
That's
he won.
funny,
He
man.
won in his only fight in Bellator. He won.
No shit.
Then he had an injury in his next fight and just hasn't come back yet. This is his comeback. So he's a legit fighter.
How old is he?
33.
No shit.
Yep.
It's great. He's so fucking funny, man, on the show.
Yeah, he's great.
I never think of him as a fighter. And even when we were there last time, what was it, 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
We went out. Jesse was in town with me.
Yep.
And we went out afterwards. And he was just hanging out at the bar, drinking
Topo Chico and eating chicken or some shit.
At a bar. At a raging college bar. And I was like, yo, man, what are you doing? He's like, I'm training for this fight. I can't do this. And I was like, why are you out at all? And he's just like, I just need to be part of the action, baby. Baby.
He is like that.
Yeah.
And he's so funny. Whenever there's confrontation, he's so funny because, first of all, he's been in quite a few professional fights.
Oh, yeah.
But he's also a Marine Corps sniper, right? So everybody's all tuned up and mad, and he's just like, all right, let's fucking do this, I guess.
You know what's funny, man? You see a guy like that with the cauliflowers?
Yeah.
Back away. Anybody out there, word of advice, just go ahead and walk away from that. You do not get it from sleeping with your hair wet. I can promise you that.
No, people are fucking stupid, though. They see that and they're like, oh, I should. Like, this is a good story, actually. So a guy from a Tier 1 Special Operations unit in the Army, you can figure out which one, he was hanging out with Kit Cope in Vegas.
Yep.
And there's a video. I've seen the video of this. He keeps asking Kit to hit him. He's like, come on, man, just give me a poke. And he's like, all right. So Kit just like fucking smacks him maybe 40% or whatever the fuck.
In the face?
Yeah. And the guy's like, no, I want the whole thing. And Kit gives him he actually uses the fist the second time and gives him maybe 50, 60% maybe. I could tell it wasn't. I've seen Kit punch. He punches like a fucking mule kicks. So he rocks the guy right on the side of the jaw. Homeboy just crumples to the ground immediately. And they had to revive him afterwards.
No, with paddles and shit?
No, not with paddles. The fucking the medics were there. They were reviving the guy.
No fucking way.
If you see cauliflower ears, if you know a guy is the 4-time fucking kickboxing champion of the world, don't ask him to hit you. Don't try to start a fight with him. Just appreciate that they exist and move on with your fucking life.
And that's all I do. Like with Randy Couture and those guys.
Yeah, dude.
They've all been on the show.
Randy's a big guy though.
Yeah.
And Forrest is a big guy. Kit is he's like 5'10" and maybe 160 pounds, 150 pounds, something like that. I'm way bigger than him, but I'm not fighting that guy.
No,
he will fucking destroy me.
Not a million years. You know the funny thing about those guys is they're the nicest human beings on the planet.
It's because they don't have to fucking be all macho and project anything. They know they can fight everybody in the room. I've never met Forrest Griffin is one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. Kit is a fucking very nice, helpful human being. Randy's a fucking great dude.
I've been out with Randy like 10 times, right?
Yeah.
The nicest dude on the planet.
He really is, yeah.
And you're like, all right, yeah. That's crazy.
It's not, though. It makes sense.
It does make sense.
I don't have to do all that stuff.
You don't.
At that point.
But, people are hitting on your girlfriend, staring at your girlfriend, whatever. He's always hilarious about it and just super nice. And most of the time, if he just peers his head around somewhere,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, fuck, it's Randy Couture.
Yes. Yes.
When you see a guy like Justin, you might not know who he is. All you have to do is look for the ears and just back away. Just continue on with your evening, and maybe give a little tip of the cap.
Yeah,
just a little tip of the cap.
Say
I'm
hi.
Sorry, a nice little Tiger Woods, tapping in.
Just say hi. That's the danger about. I don't remember who said it. I think it may have been Kevin Hart. He was talking about, you know what I'm really afraid of? It's MMA guys because they're out there and they look like everybody else.
Oh, yeah.
But they will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Like,
I told the story on Drinkin' Bros, regular Drinkin' Bros, about Kevin Randleman coming into my bar that night. And somebody hit on his girlfriend or whatever the fuck it was. He was just ripping the faces off of 5 dudes.
Yes.
And, I was a bouncer that night. And they were like, aren't you going to do anything? And I go, no, I'm not. At all. There's nothing I can do against that man. No. And he had just won the title, I think. He'd beaten Gracie or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not doing jack shit against that guy. Son, I'm going to live to fight another day, and it's not going to be today.
No, fuck that.
But that guy was violent as fuck, man. Whew. I saw him another night out, and he was the same way. And it was just like, he was looking for trouble, I feel like.
Some guys are like that.
Very few. Like,
I agree. It's very few. Another one of our
MMA.
buddies, Jeremy May. Have you met him?
Yes, nicest guy in the world.
He's like the fucking nicest dude ever.
Yeah.
If somebody started talking shit to him, you would just start laughing, which is the response. I mean, it's like it would be like going up to Christian Yelich and saying, "You know what? I think I could strike you out, guy." He'd be like, "All right,
all right, cool.
Let's go do this right quick."
By the way, he's on pace for 60 home runs right now.
Yeah, he's
my
legit.
prediction is looking pretty sweet for him to repeat his MVP.
Yeah, it is actually.
Again, another prop bet, dude. We did a prop bet show about it. We'll do another one here in a couple weeks when the NBA free agency shakes out, and we'll see where we were. This was awesome, man. Fuck, what a great NBA season. Congrats to Toronto Raptors. Congrats to the Blues, man.
Blues.
That's awesome, man. NHL and NBA, I miss them already. We're in the dog days of summer. A lot of baseball going on. Go Braves. Hopefully we can put it together. And the Yankees team, they just got Encarnacion.
Encarnacion, yeah. So
I'm no good. My Spanish is terrible. Encarnacion.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Edwin Encarnacion.
There you go. And now they're
biblioteca.
Gary Sanchez, Mike Judge is coming back, and Giancarlo Stanton is coming back to you. It's
Murders,
like,
bro.
And they're already in first place.
They're already in first place. Look, we're amped about it. I know there's some Drinkin' Bros who have tickets up there. What's that group, Jesse, out of the Bronx? Is it the Bronx Blues? They've got a bunch of tickets. We're going to try to roll up there. It's my wife's favorite team. So if the Yankees make the playoffs, we will be in New York for the game. Hopefully they'll be playing the Red Sox in the playoffs, and that would be the
Hopefully
shit.
They'll play the Braves in the World Series.
Oh,
now that
even better.
So Dallas Keuchel is starting this weekend, by the way.
Finally.
His first game.
Welcome back. Welcome back, brother. It's going to be a second half to remember in Major League Baseball.
Make sure you check out that women's national team, too. They're fucking killing it right now.
Hell yeah, man. Blast to watch. For D'Anthony Holloway, I am Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Sports Companion Show. Good night, everyone.